Hello my bookish friends, it's Dano and today I am doing another TBR video. So I am participating in the August Readathon, which is hosted by Emily Elizabeth Book Lover. I'm going to put all of their info down below and also link the announcement video, but I really wanted to support her Readathon because it's the first time she's doing it and it seems like a lot of fun. So for this Readathon it goes for the months of September, October, November, so you do have quite a while to complete it, but there are a lot of prompts to complete. So I have got a book for every prompt. However, whether or not I get to them all is another story. I at least want to get a couple like bingo lines, although it is a 5x7, so maybe if I can get a couple of like 7s or 5s, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna aim for doing it all, but as I said, it's a lot. We'll see how we go. I just want to have fun and I just want to support a fellow booktuber and everything, so yeah. Anyway, let's get into the books. Okay, so for the first prompt, it is a cozy read. For this, I plan on reading Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldry. This is the prequel to Legends and Lattes, and the second book in this series is coming out very soon if it's not already out, but I enjoyed Legends and Lattes, so I want to see sort of the prequel story to it. The next prompt is a chilly setting, and for this I am reading A Winter's Promise by Christelle Dabos. This is in my September TBR as well because I want to read it for Aurelium, so hoping to get to it this month, and that will complete this prompt. And from what I believe, it's set in a wintry place, like it's, yeah, hence the name A Winter's Promise, I guess. Up next is a feed scroll. So for this I did go on Instagram and have a look at what was coming up. A lot of what was coming up was the Zodiac Academy, so I'm going to be putting on Dark Fae for this one. I do have quite a few of the other books in that series, the Ruthless Boys series, coming up further down in the list, so this is just the one from that fit the best, I guess. I don't know, I could have swapped them all around, but I picked this one last, so that's where this one went. The next prompt is a forest animal on the cover, and for this I am reading City of Gods and Monsters by Kayla Edwards. This is another one that I have on my list of things to read in September, and it does have a wolf on the cover, so that's what I plan on reading. And yes, it is a chunky monster, but I'm hoping I love it because so many other people are loving it. The next prompt is book about witches or with witches in it, and for this I am choosing Anathema by Kerry Lake. This book keeps coming back time and time again on my TBRs, so I just need to settle down and read it, and the second book is coming out within these months, so I need to get my ass in gear and get onto it. The next prompt is Found Family, and for this I'm going to be reading On Wings of Blood by Briar Bolin. I have heard so much about this book and seen it around on Insta and YouTube so much that I want to give it a go, and thankfully it's still on KU, but it is getting traditionally published, so if I enjoy it I'll be able to get it, and I look forward to that. The next prompt is Autumn Foliage. I had such a hard time with this one because I feel like some of the books that I've just read have autumn foliage on it, but because it's not autumn for me, like I read that back then. But anyway, the book that I'm going with is You Can't Spell Treason Without Tea, and that's by Rebecca Thorne. And there's a version, the Thor special edition has trees on it, so I'm going with it. Yeah, I had such a hard time finding a book. If something does come up in the next couple of months that fits this prompt better, then I will probably replace it, but for now this is what I'm going with, and you can fight me. Please don't. I might win, I don't know. But please don't. The next prompt is to have a hot beverage or sweet treat on the cover, and for this I'm going to be going with The Baby Dragon Bakery by A.T. Qureshi, which is the second book in the Baby Dragon Cafe. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. It is out very, very, very soon, and yeah, I'm so looking forward to continuing on with this series. I cannot wait to see what kinds of mischief these little babies get up to in a bakery and meet our new characters. So I am looking forward to this, and it will be read in September. The next prompt is a one-word title, and for this I'm going to be reading Eldwitch. I don't know if that's actually how it's pronounced, but this is the second book to Anathema by Carrie Lake, and because I plan on reading the first one, I may as well keep going with the second one. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is a duology or if it is going to be more, but yeah, I'm looking forward to reading them. The next prompt is to finish a series, and for that I'm going to be reading Capturing the Devil by Kerri Maniscalco. This is the fourth and final book in the Stalking the Jack the Ripper series. I've really enjoyed this series, and it was my goal to reread the first, I think I had to read the first two again to keep going with the series. So I'm now finally up to the last one, and I need to read it. It's... oh, something spilled on my book. Rude. Anyway. Yes, I need to finish a series this year too. I've started so many of them, and it'd be nice to at least achieve one finished series. That's so bad. But this prompt is making me do it. Next up is Favourite Trope, and for this I'm going to be using Vicious Fae by Caroline Peckman and Susan Valenti. Again, this is within the Ruthless Boys series in the Zodiac Academy, and I have so many favourite tropes in this. I love the sort of found princess trope, which is in the overall Zodiac Academy. I love the... I'm really enjoying the sort of why choose multiple partners and everything, but yeah, there's so many in here that I'm loving, so I'm reading that. The next prompt is Romantasy, and for this I'm going to be reading Broken Fae by Caroline Peckman and Susan Valenti. As you can see, I've tried to put a few of these on there to keep going with the momentum of me loving this series, and yeah, it's a Romantasy, what can I say? It's easy for this one. Up next is a new release, and for this I plan on reading Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. I've heard so much about B.K. Borison's writing and how people have absolutely loved it, and I'm still yet to try it. They wrote the Love Light Farm series, I believe. I think that's them. And I've been meaning to read that. So I'm hoping that I will read this new release, fall in love with the writing, and then we'll just want to binge all of the books. That's my goal. This one is also a Christmassy sort of feel to it, so I might read this one more November time and sort of get into that Christmas feel. I don't know, I'll see how I go. The next prompt is TBR Vet, and for this I am reading Ace of Spades by Amanda Foody. This is also on my 25 in 2025 list, so it'd be good to knock this one off. This is a very old YA. I got this when I first started following BookTube and getting really into buying books, and I've never read it. So I'm hoping I enjoy it, and I believe that this is a sort of Queen of Hearts retelling. I think it follows her. Maybe not. Welcome to the city of sin, where the casino families reign. Gangs infest the streets, and the secrets hide in every shadow. Maybe it's not. But it's got mafias in it. I am so looking forward to that. That sounds amazing, but it's going to be YA, so it's not going to be steamy amazing. But still, I still don't mind a good YA book. The next prompt is Vampires, and for this I am choosing Savage Fae by Caroline Peckman and Susan Valenti. Do you think you can see a theme in here? I'm trying to get all of the Ruthless Boys books onto this TBR so that I can finish that entire mini-series within the greater series. But yes, That's what I'm choosing for vampires, because I know there's all kinds of creatures in those books and I look forward to it. The next prompt is a mystery or thriller, and for that I'm choosing The Case for Jamie by Brittany Cavallero. Again, this is another one that's on my 25 in 2025 books, and it's the third book in the Charlotte Holmes series, and I really enjoyed the first one. I wasn't so keen on the second one, but I look forward to seeing where the story goes. I love Sherlock Holmes retellings, so yeah, I still want to finish the series, even though the second book wasn't quite right for me. But I think it's just I might be a little bit too old for these books. They are YA, but they read young YA, so for what they are, they're really good. But I would probably, for at least the second one, the first one was great, I still loved it, but for the second one, I would probably give that to more like a 13 to 15-year-old, depending on what their reading abilities are. Like, they are on the younger side. So anyway, I still want to keep going with this series, and this will get me one step closer to finishing it. The next prompt is it takes place in the fall time. This one was a hard one for me as well, trying to find books set in fall, because a lot of like romantasy books don't necessarily specify what season we're in. But what did come up on my list when I was searching it is Don't Let the Forest In by CJ Drews. I've heard so much about this book and I want to see what it's all about. People have been loving it, been discussing it, and I need to know. I need to know what it's all about. I think it is like a mystery or something in there as well. So I think it's got that horror vibes. Should be good. I think it's definitely going to be an October read for me. The next prompt is to read a paranormal or supernormal book, and for that I'm reading Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. This is also on one of my lists for September, so I plan on getting to it really soon. And I have had this series on my shelf for such a long time that I need to read it and find out what happens at this home. I still haven't even watched the movie because I was planning on reading the books first, and at some point I would like to read the movie. Watch the movie. Yes, I will get there. That's the point. This would qualify for the Hercule Challenge of adaptations because it's got the movie. Oh, look at me go, using my books for things. Sweet. The next prompt is a creepy cover, and for this I'm reading A Year of the Witchling by Alexandra Kennington, who is the author of A Book of Lies. The Book of Lies. No, The School of Lies. Why can I not remember that book? An Academy for Liars. That's it. I had a complete mental blank. It's the first book I read this year. Anyway, I think this was their debut book, maybe, but it's got a really creepy cover, as you can see, because I will have the book cover here. And then this book also is on my R Fantasy bingo card, so it will help with that as well. Again, it's another one that I plan on reading in October to have all the spooky vibes. I think I might do like a spooky vibes vlog in October. That sounds like fun. Loving that. Up next is a book that features games or trials, and for this I'm reading Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. I read Phantasma not too long ago, absolutely loved it, and I cannot wait to keep going with this series. I believe that this follows someone else now, but still along the same things as the games and everything that are in Phantasma. I haven't really read too much about it. There's deals, so I'm going with at least the games. Yeah, a deadly game. Trapped forever in a deadly game. So, this is what I'm reading. Next prompt is a book with warm colours on the cover, and for this I am reading Godkiller by Hannah Kaner. This book is a like orangey sort of cover, so it fits perfectly with those warm colours. The next prompt is features family, and for that I am reading Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by J.K. Rowling. I'm choosing this one for family because it's when we sort of get introduced to Sirius Black and who he is to Harry. So yes, I'm looking forward to rereading this book. Up next is a book from a small town setting, and for this I'm reading The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore. This is the third book in the Dream Harbour series, and Dream Harbour is a small town, so it fits, and I cannot wait to keep going with the series. Again, it's another one that's like a Christmas vibe, so probably read it more in November to get into the Christmas spirit. The next book is a chunky read, so a book over 500 pages. For this, I plan on reading Fairytale by Veronica Lancet. This has been a couple of book clubs picks lately, and I've been seeing a lot about it with some mixed reviews on it. So I sort of want to have a read of it and see what I think. But it is a chunky book. It is over 700 pages. So yeah. I'm going to brace myself for that one. The next prompt is a dark, spicy romance, and for this I plan on reading The Dark One by Nikki St. Croix. This is the second book in the Vicious Boys series. I read the first one, The Never King, back in February, March, I think. I really enjoyed it. It was easy to fly through, so I'm hoping that this one is the same. I'm pretty sure the entire series is pretty short, so looking forward to reading this one and continuing on with the series. The next prompt is to spell a full word in the title, or from the letters of the title, and for this I'm going to be using The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender by Leslie Walton. Again, this is a book on my September TBR, and you can spell so many things from this title because it is so long, so yay for cheating. But the full word that I was using was leaves, and you can spell that with everything that is on here. Plus it has like a feather on it, so it's giving me that leaf vibe too. Up next is a gothic read, and for this I am reading An Education in Malice by S.T. Gibson. I read a Study in Drowning by S.T. Gibson and absolutely loved the writing. It was so beautifully written, and I cannot wait to read more by S.T. Gibson, so I'm hoping I enjoy this one just as much. Next up is a mood read, and for this I am going to be reading Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling. It is my goal to reread the Harry Potter books this year, and I'm doing pretty badly at it. So hopefully by the end of this I will at least be up to the fourth one, and then I have some chunky ones after that. But I'll only have 5, 6 and 7 to do, and maybe I can smash that out in December, I guess. Who knows? Up next is a book with cool colours on the cover, and for this I am reading My Friends by Frederick Backman. I cannot wait to get my hands on this book. I read Beartown by Frederick Backman back in April, and it crushed me. I was sobbing so much, and I've heard that is basically the way of all of his books, and so I cannot wait to read this one and have an emotional journey with this as well. And I love his writing. He hits so hard and puts in some home truths in there. They're just, well, from what I've read, been only one book, but from what others have also said as well, that's his writing style, and I cannot wait to read more. Up next is a book with trees on the cover, and for that I'm reading Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. This is the second book in the Shepherd King duology, and I cannot wait to read this and finish off the duology. I really enjoyed the first one, so I'm hoping I enjoy the second one just as much. Next prompt is for ghosts or haunted houses, and for this I am reading Hex Hall by Rachel Hawkins. Again, another very old YA book, but from what I found online, this does have ghosts, I believe, although she is a witch. So, she goes to a school with witches and fairies and shapeshifters. Okay, yeah, there's creepy ghosts, that's fine. just double checking. But I've had this on my shelf for such a long time, so it's another one off my TBR, and I look forward to having another creepy October read. Up next is a horror, and for this I plan on reading Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendare Blake. Again, another really old YA book that I never got around to reading because I kept putting it off, trying to tell myself that I was going to read it in October, and then I never did. So putting it back on my TBR, and this year is going to be the year that I finally read this book, and hopefully I enjoyed it. I don't remember what the hype was back in the day. I think people enjoyed it, but I'm going to give it a go and see what it's all about. Up next is Fire on the Cover, and for this I'm going to be reading Glow of the Everflame by Pencull. This is the second book in the Spark of the Everflame series, but that's not actually what I think it's called the Kindred series. Can't remember off the top of my head, but that's the next book that I plan on reading because I enjoyed the first one, so I'm going to keep going with the second one, and there's flames on all of them. Up next is School Setting, and for this I am reading Dark Fae by Caroline Peckman and Susan Valenti because obviously it's got school settings, it's all about the Ruthless Boys, and I cannot wait to see how this series compares to the first couple of books that I've read in the Zodiac Academy. And then the last prompt is a fantasy, so I am putting Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on this because I still need to reread this one before I get into the others. So obviously you can see some themes happening, and yes, I'm trying to tick off some reading goals, so I will hopefully get to this one very, very soon in September because it is on my September reads list. So those are all the prompts for the autumn readathon. I do hope you join us. As I said, I will leave all the info down below. There is also an Instagram that has a whole bunch of recommendations up on there, and there's some cute graphics for you to use as well to put up all of your reads, and stay tuned to see how I go. Alright, that's it for today. If you liked it, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you would like to, and leave me a comment of some autumn reads that you would enjoy. If you have any recommendations for any of the prompts that I've suggested, especially the autumn foliage one, let me know down below. But if you don't want to leave a comment and you just want to let me know that you are here, let's go with a ghost for all of the creepy October reads that are in this TBR of mine, and I will see you all next time. Bye!